Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma Keys. I'm a personal trainer, fitness instructor, nutrition coach, and competitive powerlifter. And welcome back to another video in my strength training basics series. This is probably going to be the last one of this particular style. We're going to move on to training next and how to do certain exercises like squat, bench, deadlift, how to warm up, maybe do some smaller accessory movements. But the reason that I wanted to do these videos first is because I wanted to cover all bases. So anyone that happens to see any later videos that is a complete beginner has something to refer back to and can go back and watch things like terminology. They might learn the difference between the equipment that they need and they don't need. And also from watching this, they're going to be able to differentiate between the benefits and the myths. The reason that I wanted to talk about the benefits and the myths, I feel like some of you might see this title and at the beginning might feel like it's probably going to be a bit boring, and I can see why, but I need everyone to understand how physically important this is. I feel like, especially at the moment, a lot of people are training and eating to look a certain way rather than eating and training to be healthier and fitter. Now, I hold my hands up. I can get caught into that trap too. I mean, I am female at the end of the day, so a part of me is always going to worry about what I look like. But switching your focus from image to performance makes it a much more sustainable and enjoyable process, and your future you will thank you for it. So I feel like the biggest reason that females don't take up strength training is because they don't want to get big and bulky. And I definitely understand that because I used to think like that too, but it's just not really possible. We don't have enough testosterone to allow us to be able to develop those big muscles that a lot of females are kind of scared of having. If you are worried about getting bulky and you managed to get bulky by lifting weights, can you let me know how you did it? Because it's been 5 years and I'm still trying. So definitely don't worry about it. It is quite hard for females to do that because we just don't have enough testosterone. And if you want to go for that toned look, the only way you're going to be able to achieve that is through strength training and also working on your diet. But definitely don't be afraid of taking it up because getting big and bulky is not going to happen without a huge and serious amount of effort. Another one I hear a lot of, and it's not even particularly from people who want to start strength training, but it's from people who don't know enough about it and have a certain opinion of it, and that is that it is bad for your back. So just the way that I think, slouching, sitting on my bum all day, watching telly, not being active is probably worse for my back. Strength training, when done correctly, is one of the safest things that you can do. And not only does it build stronger muscles, but it also builds stronger connective tissues and increases your joint stability. Doing exercises like squats and deadlifts, especially when the weight is pushed on week by week and it gets heavier and heavier, will build up stronger glutes, quads, hamstrings. Those are all muscles that do support your back. So it's actually going to protect it and make it stronger, which is what we want, especially as we age. So strength training definitely isn't bad for your back unless it's not done correctly. If anything, it's probably going to protect it. So being sore is normal if you are a beginner or if you have done a new exercise, or maybe you decided to perform an extra rep or an extra set at a heavier weight. But if you are constantly sore over a long period of time, that is probably a sign that you're training a little bit too hard and that you're not recovering correctly. A lot of people feel like they need to be sore or they need to be absolutely wrecked to have done something. That's not the case at all. We definitely don't want to overtrain, and to be able to build muscle and get strong, we have to be able to recover effectively. Sometimes less can be more. You don't always need to be sore. Poet, and I know it. Contrary to belief, muscle does not magically turn into fat. One does not convert into the other. So if you build muscle and you have a period of time where you might be a little bit more sedentary, it's not going to magically change state. It's just not possible. But what might happen is that muscle might start to slowly degenerate over a long period of time. It can come back pretty quickly. Muscle memory is a real thing. So don't feel like if you stop training for a few weeks that you're just going to turn into a big sack of flab. That's just not going to happen. But definitely be aware that a little goes a long way, and it can be very easy to lose track and fall out of a good training schedule. But always try and do something, even if it's 2 to 3 times a week. You don't have to be training for hours every single day. Improving muscle mass will help you perform everyday tasks more effectively and in the long term really improve your quality of life. So let's talk about the benefits. A lot of you probably are already aware of or have heard of these before, but like I said, I wanted to do these videos for people who didn't have a huge knowledge on strength training and wanted to start. And I feel like when you hear these, there should be no reason for you to not want to start. Our muscles play a key role in determining whether you can perform the activities of daily living at home, at work, or while being active. The higher your level of muscular fitness, the more capable you will be of performing these tasks. It will also allow you to perform these tasks while avoiding fatigue and/or injury. Muscle mass does naturally decline with age, but strength training on a regular basis can contribute to slowing that process down significantly. It might not seem like a very cool reason to start strength training now, but honestly, it is probably the most important reason. And even now, it's going to improve your ability to perform daily tasks and drastically improve your overall quality of life. Strength training does increase bone density and reduces the risk of fractures. Loss in skeletal muscle will result in loss of strength. This will affect performance of necessary activities, such as standing from a seated position. Standing up from sitting down sounds like a simple thing to do, right? But I bet you that next time you are in a room full of people, if you just take a look around and look at the amount of people that need assistance from standing up from a seated position, you will be shocked. A loss in skeletal muscle is also one of the biggest contributors to a reduction in resting metabolic rate. This could eventually lead to weight control issues. Stretching your body to become more supple and flexible offers many physical benefits. Such training allows for easier and deeper movements while still being able to build strength and stability. Stretching your muscles and joints also leads to greater ranges of motion and improved balance. Balance is essential for everything, including preventing you from falling and quickening your reaction time. Not only does balance improve your workouts, but certain workouts can also improve your balance. It's important to have good ankle, knee, hip, and core strength and stability, as well as overall power. This means that your muscles can react quickly and powerfully to keep you upright when you lose your balance. The amount of lean muscle mass that you have will determine your resting metabolic rate. This means the total amount of calories that your body can burn completely at rest. This is going to have a massive impact on the calories you will be able to burn on a daily basis. All factors considered, the more muscle you have, the higher your metabolic rate, which will make weight control a lot easier. So think about how metabolisms can slow as we age. That is in direct correlation with muscle mass decreasing as we age too. If increasing your metabolic rate can help control things like your weight, think about all those potential diseases it could help to prevent, things like cholesterol, diabetes, all those types of diseases that can be weight related. So if that just doesn't do it for you, then I don't know what will. Obviously, wanting to look like a fine thing is very important, but there's also much more important reasons as to why we should take this up. Switching your focus from looking a certain way to wanting to just be a healthier and fitter person just makes the process a bit more sustainable and more enjoyable because, listen, life happens. There's going to be bumps in the road when you're on a weight loss journey. And sometimes if that's your only drive to get off your bum and do some training, then you're not always going to want to get up and do some training. Whereas if you recognize the benefits and also recognize that a little bit goes a long way, you are much more likely to be consistent and keep this up for a long time. It's one of those amazing things where progression is always around the corner. You don't really just reach a certain level and feel content. You're always going to want to improve and beat yourself, and that's the beauty of it. You're just going to keep coming back for more, and it's going to become a habit that you're not going to want to stop. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you can think of any other benefits or myths, please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. If you'd like to send me a message directly, please head over to my Instagram and give me a follow. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. And if you enjoyed it and would like to see more content like this in the future, then hit the subscribe button. As I said a little bit earlier on, we're going to be moving on into the training side of things now, so that might be a little bit more exciting for some of you who already kind of know the basics. If you want to see more content like this in the future, then please subscribe to my channel. If you have 20 seconds, please share my videos with a friend who might be interested in strength training and just doesn't really know where to start. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next week.